gotta remember, your papa boo. God blessed us so we popular. But while the little kids hungry, we starving them. Open up a lot of laptop minds. Proceed to reboot the system off the hard drive. Some say, why compromise when your brother in the sky telling dressed up lies like Shawty might say, I don't like your vibe, but never took the time out to apologize. If you're about to lose your head, use a turtleneck and tie. Everybody feel they need the Babylon pie, but it never measures up to what's a paying with their life, and it never measures up. Believe me. In the streets and my tribe in the dungeon, we chasing trees sliced thinner than Italian onions. You gotta charge, we'll charge it to the gang. Gotta make the best of it, I had to, man. Wonder why brother resort to whipping cane for the fame or the name of the game. It's a shame, some people don't know, but they gon' get it, man, cause they success is so possible. Believe me.
Used to harmonize like, my men and my women, don't forget about the dame. This is not the most the king, it's about a thing, feel real good, wave your hands in the air and lick 2 shots in the atmosphere.
Hey, welcome back to the show. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at Doug at thedougsstewartshow.com. Big story for the day. Dirk Nowitzki, 30,000 points in his NBA career. Wow. Wow. Dirk Nowitzki scores 30,000 points in his NBA career, 19 seasons with one team, the Dallas Mavericks. The only other people who do that are Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Karl Malone, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, and Wilt Chamberlain. You're talking about an elite group. That might be one of the most elite groups in the NBA as far as accomplishments. So shouts out to Dirk Nowitzki, an incredible thing. Ball award to him on a Wednesday, a Woman Wednesday. Also talked a little bit about Joe Mixon. This is the Power Hour. If you're new to the Doug Stewart Show, this is the third hour of the show. This is the third hour that was brought upon by Stewie's paying a membership. A $4 membership for the Doug Stewart Show on the DougStewartShow.com. So we had to give a third hour plus a couple other things. We're actually moving all of the operations to the DougStewartShow.com here very soon. Hopefully all of you will come along with us. We're moving the chat over there, the actual show itself. So that's coming very soon. I keep saying that. I've been saying that for the last month, but we want to make sure that it's right. That is done right. So the web developer man is just, tightening down all the bolts on everything. So the Doug Stewart Show is moving to the DougStewartShow.com here very soon. Please come along and join us, man. 3 hours, Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Episodes of Chop It Up. We got a new episode of Chopping Up coming up here very soon as well. All for just $4 a month. Please support the show and the network. Yes, sir. Speaking of basketball, man, I saw this story this morning. A couple little free agent names that are being thrown out there as can possibly take in that spot that the Cleveland Cavaliers have now because Andrew Bogut went out with the injury. A couple of free agents that they can pick up right now off the scrap heap if they need a big man. Chris Kaman, still out there available, 7 foot, 265 pounds. I didn't know Chris Kaman was still in the league. Josh Smith. If the Cavs go a little bit smaller, Smith could give Cleveland a bit of a boost on both sides of the ball. Former 2A star, the stat sheet. Used to stuff the stat sheet back in the day like few others in his career, but fell in love with erratic jump shots a bit too much as he got older. He last played in Houston last season. Josh Smith is on the street. You know Josh Smith was out of basketball. So Josh Smith is still out there available. Kendrick Perkins is still out there available. And if the Cleveland Cavaliers wanted to, they can go back and get Anderson Varejao, who spent 12 seasons with the Cavs before being dealt to the Blazers and eventually signed with the Warriors. He might not provide a lot, but, I mean, he's been in Cleveland, hometown-type favorite or whatever. So there are a couple of options out there for the Cleveland Cavaliers to pick up a guy off the scrap heap if they need be to kind of fill that spot for Andrew Bogut, who's done for the year. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at DougTheDougStewartShow.com. We were also talking earlier about the free agency period that starts today in earnest. And some of the players, some of the bigger names that are out there. How about a couple more names that are out there to be signed? Manti Te'o, linebacker for the San Diego Chargers, or Los Angeles Chargers now. He suffered a torn Achilles tendon in Week 3 against the Colts and was done for the year. Good instincts coming out of college, out of Notre Dame. I don't know about instincts. Maybe good instincts on the field, but not good instincts off the field. You remember the man was having a love affair back and forth with a ghost lady. Remember that? So he may have good book sense and good playbook sense, but he don't have good common sense because he was dating a mythical ghost lady chick for a couple of years. Yeah. A lot of talk about Mike Glennon, the quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, free agent, 27 years of age. Talking about this cat getting like $15 million, one of the top teams that are out there. Let me check the wire right now real quick to make sure nothing has happened. No, nothing big has come across the wire. But there's a lot of talk about Mike Glennon ending up possibly in Chicago. Chicago's got like the 4th pick, I think. So them passing up on a quarterback and Deshaun Watson, which you would think, to get Mike Glennon. And it does kind of make some sense to get a veteran quarterback that has really never had the opportunity to be. He kind of had the opportunity in Tampa. I think he was actually the starter for a minute, but then he was average. And Tampa Bay had the opportunity to go out and get Jameis Winston, and they did that. Jameis Winston's their guy. I mean, he's the quarterback of the future, the quarterback of now and the future. So, I mean, I guess it's pick your poison. Do you want to take a rookie that you aren't sure about, which he's going to have kind of some growing pains for a year, 2 or 3, before he ultimately becomes the finished product quarterback 5 years down the road or what have you? Or do you take a guy that you think that may not have the total upside but is more prepared to play right now and has played in an NFL system and has played against NFL talent, defensive talent, for a couple of years in Mike Glennon? I don't know. Interesting. They're talking about giving this cat like $15 million. That's crazy. But that's kind of what the market is right now. Morris Claiborne, cornerback for the Dallas Cowboys, kind of like a disappointment his first couple of years in Dallas. Dallas took a first-round pick on this guy coming out of LSU, has really not lived up to that, the billing. Colin Kaepernick, you know about him. He's a free agent. I think Kaepernick going to get money too. If you're talking about getting Mike Glennon $15 million, Colin Kaepernick better get that. They keep saying that this is the market. This is what the going rate is for a quarterback. Colin Kaepernick better get that money, period. DJ Fluker, the offensive guard for the Chargers, former Alabama player. Atlanta radio has been talking a little bit about possibly bringing him in as a guard. Don't forget about DeMarcus Ware. Here's some of the older cats, man. DeMarcus Ware, 35 years old, says he wants to play another year in the NFL, defensive end for the Denver Broncos, but old as Methuselah, if you talk about football years. So DeMarcus Ware, 35 years of age, says he wants to play one more year. We'll see. Coming back off of back surgery to repair a disc and has missed 11 total games in the past 2 seasons. Darrelle Revis let loose by the Jets. Does Darrelle Revis have anything left in the tank? Could he move to a safety position? We'll see. Dre Kirkpatrick, the defensive back for the Cincinnati Bengals. He's been getting better over the last couple of years. He won't earn top cornerback money, but with the demand for cornerbacks in the market, he could get a big number on the free agent market. And one last name, man, Jarvis Jones, former Georgia Bulldog linebacker, man, who has been nothing short of a big-ass disappointment in the NFL. Man, do y'all remember when Jarvis Jones came out of Georgia? And we got a Georgia-centric listener base to a large degree because I'm in Metro Atlanta. And so, man, Jarvis Jones' last year at Georgia, this guy was a can't-miss, like perennial Pittsburgh Steeler type linebacker. And, man, he has just been a disappointment. He's had some bright moments and stopping the run or forcing fumbles or whatever, man, but he's had just 6 sacks in 4 years. Jarvis Jones in 4 years has had just 6 sacks. Nobody would have guessed that Jarvis Jones after 4 years would only have 6 sacks for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But that's it. The low production prompted the Steelers to bench him late in the 2016 year. He's already been benched. Maybe a change of scenery could do something for this cat, man. But you talk about just all of the talent in the world. A can't-miss player coming out of Georgia, man, has been a big-ass disappointment. Yeah, here's some of the cats that got the franchise tag on them. Le'Veon Bell for the Steelers. Kirk Cousins, we already know about that. Melvin Ingram, defensive tackle, outside linebacker for the Chargers, former South Carolina Gamecock. Chandler Jones, John Bones Jones' little brother, defensive end, outside linebacker for the Cardinals. Jason Pierre-Paul got the tag slapped on him by the Giants. And Kawan Short, the defensive tackle for the Panthers. I heard some talk earlier, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, that Charles Johnson resigned with the Panthers. And he wants the organization to bring back Julius Peppers. I mentioned Julius Peppers on yesterday. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. After defensive end Charles Johnson on Tuesday resigned on a 2-year deal with $9.5 million with the Carolina Panthers, he's ready to help recruit free agent defensive end Julius Peppers. Johnson would like himself and Peppers, 37, to retire with the team that drafted them. Peppers, who spent the past 3 seasons playing outside linebacker with the Packers, spent his first 8 years in Carolina after being made the second pick of the 2002 draft. He still ranks on the team's all-time sack list with 81. That's a lot of sacks for one team. I didn't realize Julius Peppers had that many sacks. Very productive. General Manager Dave Gettleman admitted last week at the NFL Combine that Carolina almost brought Peppers back in the 2014 season before he signed with Green Bay for the opportunity to play outside linebacker in a 3-4 scheme. Here's a quote from Charles Johnson. "We've got 2 years to get it done. I'll give you my blood, sweat, and tears. I bleed black and blue, and that's going to be till I retire. Hopefully we can bring in my boy Julius Peppers." So some deals already being made in Carolina and possibly trying to bring Julius Peppers back home as well before he retires. Yeah. So let me read some messages in the chat room on Spreaker.com here on the Doug Stewart Show.